thanks so much for everything that you're doing. Here is just a short little 10-minute chair video to help you release, stretch, find a little bit more space in the body. So here I have a yoga chair. It doesn't have to be a yoga chair. It can be basically any chair. And then you're just gonna sit right on it and have your feet in front. Have your feet about hip width distance apart and just make sure that your toes are pointing directly forward. Ideally, your ankles are underneath your knees. Make sure that you're not sitting all the way back in the chair like you're resting and relaxing. You want to be a little bit more forward so that you're really just sort of sitting on the very edge of the chair. And then you're going to bring your right hand to the very top of your thigh. You can even go to the outside of your left thigh. And then bring your left arm behind you and take a little turn over to the left. And let it be really soft and gentle. Notice if your head is dropping forward or if your head is sort of leaning up and looking up. Try to keep your head neutral, and so it's really useful to use the gaze to understand what it is that the head is doing. And then allow the belly to turn, so you're turning the right side of your abdomen over to the left as you turn your ribs and your upper back. Take one more full breath in and take another full breath out. And then bring yourself back to center and then very simply switch. Bring your left hand now to the outer right thigh or to the top of the thigh. Sweep your right hand behind you now and just hold anything that makes sense on the chair. No right answer, just anything that helps you find a little bit more of a grip. And then inhale a breath, and now think about getting a little bit taller, right? So pressing down equally through both of your hips. And then exhale, gently turning again from the belly, from the ribs, from the chest. Notice where your head is, make sure it's not dropping. Just two more deep full breaths. Inhale. And exhale to turn. Last one here, full breath in. And exhale to turn. Come back to center. Hook your thumb, so put your right thumb right on top of your left so that it looks something like this. And then reach your arms forward and up towards the ceiling. Do your best to keep your arms really straight, and then spread your thumbs, spread your fingers, and make sure that the fingers aren't pointing up towards the ceiling. Try to get your fingers to like a 10 and 2 o'clock position. And then bring your arms a little bit further back in space. Heavy your hips, let the belly be soft. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, just side bend over to your left. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Make sure that your arms stay where they are relative to their ears. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, side bend to your right, making sure that you're not moving from the arms. You want to use the whole sort of trunk, let it bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, side bend over to your left. Last one here, breathing in, come back up. And exhale, side bend over to your right. Come back up to center, and then stay up there, but just switch which thumb is on top. And then once again, sharpen the arms, try to spread the fingers, spread the palms, bring your arms as far back behind your ears as you're able to, but make sure that you're not sort of overarching and moving from your low back. You want to feel like the belly and the ribs are moving in towards the spine, and you're using the reach of the arms to find more length through the sides of the waist. Yeah, so think about from the right hip all the way up to the right fingertips. All right, take another full cycle of breath here. And then exhale, I want you to hinge your torso just slightly forward, but keep the arms really lifted. Make sure that they're not dropped. Keep them up. And then inhale to come back up. Exhale, maybe this time you can hinge a little bit more forward, but keep the arms really lifted. Make sure you're not dropping and down. You're trying to go forward. Inhale to come back up. And then exhale to hinge forward. Good, 2 more like that. Breathing in, up you come. Exhale to hinge. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge and hold. So again, see that the direction, just like when you had the arms up towards the ceiling, is similar, right? That you're trying to reach your torso out of the hips. You're trying to lengthen your spine, try to lift your arms up a little bit higher. Take another inhale and take another exhale. Inhale to come back up, and then exhale, release your arms down. Good. So hopefully your triceps and your shoulders are a little bit fired. Just take a full breath here and a full breath out. Good. Now bring your right ankle on top of your left knee, and then just have the ankle just across the knee so that you're not sort of sickling the foot. You want the foot to be all the way over so you can move the ankle if you wanted to. And then notice if you're sort of sinking down or dumping down, try to lift the chest, lift the sides of the waist, and then bring your right hand to your right thigh and just ever so slightly Start to move the right thigh down. Feel how that deepens the release through that right hip. Allow that thigh to move down. Now as that happens, keep the lift of the chest so that the thigh moves independently of the rest of the body. Take just 2 more deep full breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, big breath in. Big breath out. Now stay as you are, hook your thumbs again, just as we did, and inhale, reach your arms up. Good, inhale here. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend to your right. Breathe in center. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep looking forward, don't drop the arms. Inhale to come back, and exhale to hinge. Good, so keep going like that. And I'm not very interested in how far you're able to move forward, but I am very interested that you're not rounding your upper back or dropping your arms, even if it's a very small action. Good, last one here. Inhale. Now exhale, hinge forward, stay here. Try to lift your arms up a little bit more and reach your chest further forward. And now release your arms maybe to your thighs. I'm sorry, not to your thighs, to your shins. And just let yourself bend forward just as best as you can. Keep trying to encourage that right thigh to move down. But if you find that you're rounding with yourself this far down, then come up a little bit higher and go as far as you're able to move forward without letting the upper back sort of move back, right? You want to feel almost like you're back bending, if that term means anything to you. Take another inhale and take another exhale. And you'll lift yourself back up. You'll place your right foot underneath your right knee, and then you'll switch. Bring your left ankle now, bring that across your right knee. Press your left thigh down in space. And then as the thigh moves down, keep trying to think about lifting the upper body up, right? So think about lifting from the very bottom of the waistline, lift the ribs, lift the chest, lift the head. Just take a couple more breaths here. Keep just trying to let that left thigh learn to drop down. And then as you're ready, you'll hook your thumbs, and then you'll hook them the other way so that it kind of like the weird way. And then inhale to reach your arms forward and up towards the ceiling. Spread your fingers, spread your palms. Take an inhale, and then exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale, up you come. Exhale, side bend to the left. Try to keep your hips and your legs really steady. Inhale to come back up. And then a few times, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to lift. Good. Notice the difference in the way that the hips feel. Exhale, hinge forward, keep the arms lifted. And inhale to come back up. A few more like that. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, hinge. And now stay in this hinge. So continue to reach your chest forward. Continue to lift the arms up. Continue to spread your fingers and your palms. Really pull the thumbs apart. Take another inhale. And then release your arms down. And you can choose whether it's your forearms or whether you lift yourself up a little bit higher and put your hands down. Because again, you want to make sure that you're not borrowing range from the tightness in your hip in the spine, right? So if the hip is tighter, then it's a lot harder to come forward. And so we do that by just rounding our back, which is not what we're trying to do. So continue to really feel like you're exaggerating this absurd lift of the chest, and that's guiding the direction of the torso coming forward. And you just go as far as you can. Good. Take another full inhale and another exhale. Good. And then lift yourself up, place your left foot down, have your feet sort of wide enough that you can bring your torso down or in that direction. And then just reach your arms forward and up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hinge forward, keep the arms lifted. See if you can get your torso parallel to the floor. And then inhale to come back up. And just a few more like that. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale to come back up. Exhale to hinge. Inhale to lift. Good. Exhale, hinge. And now see if you can get your hands to the floor and look forward. If it's too much to get your hands on your floor, you just bring your forearms to your thighs and you just find that similar extension of the chest forward. Okay, and then wherever you are, feel like you're trying to lengthen the side waist forward, and you can actually sense that the torso is sliding along the inner leg. Good, just take a couple more cycles of breath here. I just have to adjust slightly on my camera for a moment. There we go. Good. Take one more full breath in, one more full breath out. Now try to keep this direction of the spine and then just drop your head down. And now let the head heavy, let the shoulders soften. And just let yourself take 5 deep, full breaths. We'll take them together. Deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more full inhale. Full exhale. Gently lift your head back up, take your gaze forward, and then pressing into your feet, lift yourself all the way up. Thanks so much. Be well, be safe, and thank you for everything you're doing.